Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Math UC lesson for Algebra 2. Today we are doing 30A. Okay, so we have three equations here, and this lesson is all about manipulating equations. So you can do these in a variety of ways. And so number one says, choose two equations and eliminate one variable. And again, it doesn't matter which equations you choose. You can choose any equations that you want. I'm just going to pick the first two. Okay, so I see that I have 3x and there's a negative 1x, 6y and a 5y, and a negative 4z and a positive 4z. So I'm going to choose to eliminate the 4z or the z variable. So all I need to do is add these two equations. So I have 3x plus 6y minus 4z equals 17. And z, I like to denote with a line through it because z's in math can look a lot like 2's. So that's what I like to do. Okay, b is negative x plus 5y plus 4z equals 11. So I'm going to go ahead and add these two equations. I'm going to get 2x plus 11y. And then z is eliminated. That's 0. I don't need to write 0. Just leave it blank. Equals 28. Okay, choose two equations and eliminate one variable. So that's what I did. Okay, so for the next one, it says to choose two different equations and eliminate the same variable. Okay, well, that makes it not work out so nice, but that's okay. Let's see. I have to eliminate z now. And I have 4, positive 4, and negative 10. So I'm going to choose this one because at least I don't have to multiply by negative because they're already the opposite signs. But this one, in order for z's to cancel, I'm going to end up multiplying this one by 10 and multiplying this one by 4. Okay, so this one is negative x plus 5y plus 4z equals 11. And then this one is 2x plus 2y minus 10z equals 0. Okay, so this top one, I'm going to have to multiply by 10. And this actually, I could multiply it by 5. So I can multiply this top one by 5 and this bottom one by 2. And that would give me 20z and 20z. So that's what I'm going to do. So multiply this by 5 and multiply this by 2. And they're opposite signs, so that's good. They will cancel. So 5 times negative x is negative 5x plus 25y plus 20z equals 55. And then multiplied by 2, 4x plus 4y minus 20z equals 0. And I'm just going to add them again. Negative 5x plus 4x is negative x. And then 25 plus 4 is 29y. And then this goes to 0, so I don't need to write anything. And then equals 55. Okay. So now take the results of 1 and 2 and eliminate another variable and solve. Okay, well, I have 2x plus 11y equals 28, and I have negative x plus 29y equals 55. So I'm actually going to eliminate x because all I need to do is multiply this equation by 2, and then I would eliminate it. So I'm just going to rewrite this equation. 2x plus 11y equals 28. And here I have negative x. So I'm going to just multiply this by 2. So 2 times negative x is negative 2x. And then 2 times 29, 29 times 2 is 18, 4, 5, 58. So I have plus 58y equals 50. Oh, 55 times 2. 50 times 2 is 100. 5 times 2 is 10. So 110. Okay, let's go ahead and add this up. So I have 0. So 2x minus 2x is 0. So I don't need to write anything. 11 plus 58 is 69. 69y equals, and then 138. 138. Okay, so I need to figure out, I need to do 138 divided by 69. And I'm just gonna add 69 and see what I get. 69. 69 is essentially 69 times 2. That's 18, 12, 13. Oh, look, it's 138. So y equals 2. Okay, so now take the results of 1 and 2, eliminate another variable, and solve. Okay, so we're good there. And now take the result of number 3. This result, number 3, oh, this one. This is number 3's result. Substitute into one of the equations for 1 or 2 and solve. Okay, I'm going to do this one. It's easier for me to multiply 11 by 2 than 29 by 2. Oh, actually, I did 29 by 2. So I could do that one. Let's do that one. So negative x, and I'm going to substitute into 29 times 2 is 58, plus 58 equals 55. Subtract over 58, and that's negative 3. Negative x equals negative 3. X equals 3, because we would just divide by the negative, right? So that gives me x. Good deal. Take the results of number 3 and number 4 and substitute them into one of A, B, or C and solve. Okay, so we're just going to take, let's take C. 2 times 3, because I'm just writing down this equation, I'm plugging in my variables, plus 2 times 2 minus 10z equals 0. Okay, so I've got 6 plus 4 minus 10z equals 0. That's 6 plus 4 is 10. We're going to add 10z over to the other side. So I've got 10 equals 10z, and then z must equal 1. Okay, perfect. Not too bad here. We're just check your solution set in A, B, and C. Okay, so it wants me to plug in y equals 2, x equals 3, and z equals 1 into all 3 of these. So let's check it with A. So 3 times 2 plus 6 times, 3 times x, sorry. That matters. 3 times 3, 6 times 2 minus 4 times 1 equals 17. So 9 plus 12 minus 4 should equal 17. So 12 minus 4 is 8. 9 plus 8 equals 17. So I have 17 equals 17. So what about B? B is negative x equals 3 plus 5 times 2 plus 4 times 1 should equal 11. So I have negative 3 plus 10, that's 7 plus 4 equals 11. I've got 11 equals 11. So yes, that's checked. C is 2 times 3 plus 2 times 2. minus 10 times 1 equals 0. So I've got 6 plus 4 minus 10 equals 0. That gives me 10 minus 10. I have 0 equals 0. So yes, they all work. Okay, find the solution that will satisfy all three variables. Okay, and they're giving me steps. There's lots of ways to do this. You can take, it doesn't matter which equations you choose. They're just giving me steps here. Choose two equations and eliminate one variable. Okay, so I have -3, I have 2, and I have 1. Okay, I have -1y, I have 2y here and 3y there. Okay, and I have -2z, I have 1z here and I have 3z. So nothing like eliminates super easy. But I think I'm going to eliminate y. So I have -1y here and I have +2y. So all I have to do is multiply this equation by 2 to get those y's to cancel. So let's go ahead and do that. So I've got, I'm going to write down this equation, but I'm going to write it down multiplied by 2. So -3x times 2 is -6x minus 2y minus 4z equals -26. Okay, and then I'm just going to write down b just like it is, and we're going to eliminate y. So 2x plus 2y plus z equals 16. That looks really good. And add those together. -6x plus 2 is -4x. And -2y plus 2y is 0. I can just not write anything down. -4z plus z is -3z equals -26 plus 16 is -10. Okay, and then we eliminated one variable. Okay, great. Choose two different equations and eliminate the same variable. Okay, so I chose these two. Now I've got to choose. I'm going to stick with this one because I need to eliminate the same variable. So all I need to do is multiply this one by 3 and take c and add them together, and the y's will cancel again. So that's perfect. So I'm going to write this down, but multiplied by 3. So -9x, -3y, minus 6z equals 13 times 3, 39, right? Okay, I just wanted to make -39. I just really wanted to double check and make sure. Okay, and then I'm going to take this one and just write down as is. So x plus 3y plus 3z equals 13. -9x plus x is -8x. -3y plus 3y is 0. -6z plus 3z is -3z. Equals -39 plus 13. Okay, so that's 26, and the bigger number gets assigned, so -26. Okay, that's great. Now we take these two results and we're going to eliminate another variable. And z is perfect to eliminate because I have -3z, I have -3z. So all I need to do is multiply this one by positive, multiply it by negative to change all the signs of the terms in the equation, and then the z's will cancel. So perfect. So I'm just going to write this equation as is. -4x minus 3z equals -10. And then I'm going to multiply by a negative. So I'm going to write positive 8x plus 3z equals positive 26. Okay, so I have -4x plus 8x, and yeah, we're adding them. And that's going to give me positive 4x. Negative 3z plus 3z is 0 equals negative 10 plus 26 is positive 16. So for x equals 16, that means x equals 4. Perfect. Okay, what's my next step? I kind of wish they put all these steps on the same page, but they didn't. So that's okay. We're going to work with it. It's going to be fine. Take the result of 9 and substitute in one of the equations from 7 or 8 and solve the equation. Okay, so we're going to take our x equals 4 and substitute it in one of these equations, right? 7 or 8. 7 or 8. Yeah. Okay. So let's see which one I want to choose. So let's just go with this first one. Negative 4x minus 3z equals negative 10. Negative 4x minus 3z, negative 4x minus 3. Oh, I wrote z. I wrote z. Negative 4x minus 3z equals, was it negative 10? Negative 10 and x equals 4. Negative 10 and then x equals 4. So we're going to take negative 4, substitute in 4, minus 3z equals negative 10. Okay, now we need to do negative 4 times 4 is negative 16, minus 3z equals negative 10. Let's go ahead and add 16 over to the other side. So negative 10 plus 16 is 6. Negative, let's see, that's positive 6. Okay, I had to double check my negatives. So if you don't skip steps, then you go plus 16. I obviously need to do this because I just almost made a mistake. So negative 10 plus 16 is 6, just like 16 minus 10 is 6. Perfect. Equals negative 3z. And then we divide by negative 3. So a positive divided by negative means that z is equal to negative 2. Okay, perfect. Let's circle it. So we have x equal to 4 and z equal to negative 2. Now we just have to find out what y equals. So remember, on these steps, there's lots of different routes to get here. So if you chose a different combination, that's okay, as long as you ended up in the end with x equals 4, z equals negative 2, and y is something we just don't know what yet. Take the results of 9 and 10, substitute them into one of the A, B, or C, and solve. Okay, so we need an A, B, or C. Let's see which one you're going to choose. Let's go ahead and do B. 2x plus 2y plus z equals 16. 2x plus 2y equals z. 2x plus 2y plus z equals 16. Okay, 2x plus 2y plus z equals 16. Okay, let's plug in x. Let's plug in z. 2 times 4 plus 2y, and then plus a negative 2 would be minus 2. Minus 2 equals 16. So I've got 8 minus 2 equals 6. And then I'm going to take that 6 and subtract it over. So 16 minus 6 is 10. So I have 10 on this side, and I'm left with 2y on this side. Divide by 2, y is equal to 5. Okay, and then we need to check our solution set in A, B, and C. Okay, so let's do A first. Okay, so our A is negative 3x minus y minus 2z equals negative 13. Let's go ahead and sub everything in. We've got negative 3 times 4 minus 5 and minus 2 times negative 2 equals negative 13. So we've got negative 12 minus 5, negative times a negative is a positive, so that's positive 4, plus 4 equals negative 13. And here I have negative 5 plus 4, that's negative 1. Negative 12 minus 1 is negative 13. So I have negative 13 equals negative 13. So I've checked it. So B is 2x plus 2y plus z equals 16. Let's sub everything in. 2 times 4 plus 2 times 5 plus negative 2 equals 16. I didn't have to put that plus, and I didn't need the parentheses. So if you got rid of the plus and the parentheses, then you could have just written negative 2. So we've got 8 plus 10 minus 2 equals 16. 8 minus 2 equals 6. 6 plus 10 is 16. I've got 16 equals 16. And C, I'm just going to try to squeeze in here. I'm running out of room like normal. X plus 3y, I'm trying to write super small, plus 3z equals 13. Sub everything in. We've got 4 plus 3 times 5 plus 3 times negative 2 equals 13. 4 plus 3 times 5 is 15. That's 19. So I've got 19 there. Well, positive times a negative is a negative 6 equals 13. 19 minus 6 is 13. So I have 13 equals 13. So I've checked them all. I squeezed it in there. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. There we go. Okay, and this last piece of our lesson today is just the same thing. It's just a repeat. This is just practice. This should feel nice and easy to you and is really important to know. Okay, choose 2 equations and eliminate 1 variable. Okay, let's see what I've got. I've got 4 and negative 4. Oh, look no further. I'm definitely going to do A and B because those x's already will just eliminate. This is perfect. So I have 4x plus 6y plus 2z equals 22. You see how that 2z could look like 22 if I didn't mark it. So that's my mark it. Negative 4x, so negative 4x plus 3y minus 4z equals negative 10. Okay, positive 4 minus 4x is 0. 6y plus 3y is 9y. 2z minus 4z is negative 2z equals 22 minus 10 is 12. Okay, 2 different equations, eliminate the same variable. Okay, so I've got to do B and C. So I've got a 4 and a negative 4 and a 5. So it's good that they're opposite signs, so I don't have to worry about negatives. But it is going to be a little messy because I need to multiply this one by 5 and this one by 4. Yep, just that's how it's got to be done. Okay, so I'm going to write this equation down, but I'm going to write it down as I multiply it by 5. So I get negative 20x plus 15y minus 20z equals negative 50. And this one, I'm going to write it down, but I'm going to write it down as I multiply it by 4. So 4 times 5 is 20, so I have 20x plus 16y minus 12z equals 16. And we're going to add that together. All right. Negative 20x plus 20x is 0. Perfect. 15y plus 16y. I know 15 plus 15 is 30, so that's 31y. Negative 20 minus 12 is negative 32z. Negative 50 plus 16 is 10 minus 6 is 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So 34. So we're at negative 34. Okay, so now we're going to take these two results, right? We're going to eliminate another variable and we're going to solve. Okay, so let's go ahead and eliminate 32z. I have the same sign, so I do need to multiply this one by negative, and 32 divided by 2 is 16. So I need to multiply this by negative 16. Little messy, right? Little bit more difficult. We're dealing with bigger numbers. So I'm actually going to just write down this one first just to get it off my mind. So I have 31y minus 32z equals negative 34. Okay, now I'm going to write this down, but I'm going to multiply it by negative 16. Okay, so first I'm going to multiply 9 by negative 16. Negative 16 times 9. And I don't really have to multiply by the negative, but, 16 times 9. 6 times 9 is 54. 9 times 1 is 90. Okay, 4, and then 4, 144. Okay, so that gives me 144y, but I need to multiply by negative 16, so that's a negative. Negative times a negative is a positive, and 16 times 2 is 32. 32z equals 16 times 12. So 12 times 16. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 1 is 6. 1 times 2. Oh, that's just 12, right? Yep. Good. I'm just checking my work there. 7, 8, 9, 192. So opposite sign, so negative 192. Bigger numbers here, bigger numbers. Okay, so I need to add these. So let's go ahead and start with y over here. So I have negative 144 plus positive 31y. I need to subtract those. 3, 1, 1. So 113. 113y. And then negative 32z plus 32z is 0. Perfect. And then I have 34 plus 192. And then we keep the sign because it's the same signs. So I've got 6. And then 12. So 22. Okay. 113. Oh, 113y equals negative 222.6. So y is negative 2. I was thinking in my head, 113 times what is negative 226? Oh, that's double 113, so it has to be y equals negative 2. And now that I look at it, I made a mistake. Did you catch my mistake? So I did 144 minus 31 because they're opposite signs, but then the bigger number gets the sign. So actually, this is negative 113y equals negative 226. So y is positive 2. Those negatives, you got to really double check them. Y equals positive 2. Perfect. Okay, take the result of 15, substitute it in one of these equations, and solve. Okay, so Let's see. I'm going to take the simpler one. I'm tired of dealing with these big numbers. 9 times 2 is 18. Minus 2z equals 12. I have to subtract over the 18, so I get -6. Negative 2z equals -6, so z equals 3. Perfect. Now I'm going to take the results of 15 and 16, substitute them into one of these equations, and solve. Okay, so which one do we want to pick? Well, let's try C. 5x plus 4 times 2 minus 3 times 3 equals 4. Okay, 5x plus 8 minus 9 is -1 equals 4. Add 1 over, 5x equals 5. X is equal to +1. Okay, perfect. So I get 1, 2, 3. Pretty simple. And now I'm going to check my solution in all of my equations, A, B, and C. So let's do A first. So I have 4 times 1 plus 6 times 2 plus 2 times 3 equals 22. So I get 4 plus 12 plus 6 equals 22. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 12 is 22. So 22 equals 22. What I like to say. Okay, that was A to remind myself. Let's do B next. So I have -4 times 1 plus 3 times 2 minus 4 times 3 equals -10. Okay, so I have -4 plus 6 minus 12 equals -10. -4 plus 6 is +2. +2 minus 12 is -10. So I have -10 equals -10. C, 5 times 1 plus 4 times 2 minus 3 times 3 equals 4. And then yeah, this is 2, not a Z. It kind of looks like a Z. And let me just squish my paper up so you can see my work here. I've got 5 plus 8 minus 9 equals 4. Let's see, 8 minus 9 is -1. 5 minus 1 is 4. So I have 4 equals 4. So I've checked my solutions and I am finished. All right, that wasn't too bad, was it? And we are done with lesson 30. See you next time. Bye.